What is up, social media world? This is Matty J checking in from the road. It dawned on me that I have done kind of a poor job of sharing what I'm doing as far as like my experiences. So I wanted to remedy that, and although I'm a ways into the tour, better late than never. So here goes. We're going to shoot for 10 minutes. It'll fit on my Instagram. I did one that was like 20, and it was too long. So, been a great trip so far. Seen a lot of great stuff. Caught up with some old friends. I want to say a huge thank you to Katie Steele. She put me up at her place in Salt Lake. Casey Mortensen put me up in Colorado Springs, and he actually joined me on tour for a couple weeks. Jake Hansen in New Orleans put me up, and we had a great time. He showed us around. We got rowdy. Kyle and Amber in Orlando put me up for a couple nights. They also watched This Beast while I went to Universal Studios. That was amazing. Sal Garcia put me up in Miami and showed me the town, so it was great. And then where else? I think that was pretty much it. I met other people, but no other like people I knew from home. Anyway, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. My nephew and brother-in-law live here, so it's been great to catch up with them. Just had some dinner and a couple beers. Now I'm heading back a safe amount of beers, so I'm not driving intoxicated. Duh. Let's see. It's been a really cool trip so far. Seen some really amazing things. Oh, God, I'm sorry. My Aunt Judith, my Aunt Melissa, and my Uncle Eddie, and my Uncle Jim. People I haven't met since I was an infant or a toddler or whatever. So that was great. They were also awesome to see, and they put me up as well, so I didn't mean to leave them out. But yeah, it's been a great trip. Seen some really amazing things. Played a few shows. Got some good social media. Had some really cool synchronicities, which I've been trying to share, but I don't know how effectively I've been sharing them. That's not for me. That's the fire department. But yeah, it's been really good. Some of the funny things. Let's see. I went on a ghost tour in St. Augustine, which was a place I wasn't even necessarily officially planning on visiting, but I ended up stopping in there because I just heard it was a cool spot. Did a ghost tour, and the tour guide was from St. George, Utah, and the other two people on the tour who were actually LDS missionaries, one was from Meridian, Idaho, and he lives on the same street as me, but like 5 miles up, and the other kid was from South Jordan. So everyone on the ghost tour in St. Augustine, Florida was from Idaho or Utah. So that was pretty crazy, pretty cool, I thought. Really, I mean, just kind of a weird synchronicity, so I kind of took it for what it was. Little, I guess a little feel for home when you're on the road is not a bad thing. Let's see, yeah, Universal Parks was amazing. The Velocicoaster, Harry Potter World, I felt like a small child just getting into that. I've only liked Harry Potter for a couple of years and started reading the books, so it was cool to kind of have that newness to it. Savannah, Georgia was amazing. Really cool people. That was about the time Casey busted off and went back home, so I actually had to get out there on my own and go meet people. Went to the Wormhole, which is where I was playing. I went there right when I got to town, and had a couple people buying me drinks. It was awesome. Got to know the folks who I was going to be jamming with, or excuse me, who'd be running sound and all that. Got to talk to all them. Also, some of the people that worked there / were just hanging out were musicians as well, so they gave me some tips and pointers. And although I was only able to book the one show there, I got some really good ideas and potential things I could do later. I jumped on, let's see, in Pensacola, Florida, which was before I got out there, so sorry, we're going to backtrack a little bit. I was able to jump on stage with 2 different musicians that were playing there. They just offered, I told them what I was doing, and they offered to have me come up for one of their breaks, and went really good, so that was fun. New Orleans got rained out. Denver was cool. Got to play at the So Many Roads Brewery, which is a brewery that's themed around Grateful Dead stuff. Moab, I played at the Blue Pig, which was a really cool little barbecue spot. And then in Salt Lake, I played at Gracie's, which was so cool. Such a good spot, such great food, and super great people, very supportive, and it was a good deal. What am I forgetting? I think those are the shows I played. I went to Key West. That was awesome. I'd never driven to the Keys. Was doing some busking. I got a couple videos I posted, but I actually got kicked out of there because I didn't have $85 worth of insurance and permits. So one of the most lawless cities in the country, and I got kicked out for not having permits and shit. It's kind of ridiculous. So, but yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Driving the Keys was awesome. Let's see. In Savannah, what did I do that was cool in Savannah? Playing the show was great. I saw some gators, went down to a wildlife reserve, a couple wildlife reserves. Mabel almost swam with an alligator. We didn't know that gators were in that lake. The people that were there said they were not, but it turns out they were. So we kind of dodged one there. But I did a little video there as well. That's also on the social media, on Instagram and YouTube. Did I put it on YouTube? I might not have put it on YouTube. I'll have to look at that. But let's see. Charleston was awesome. I got there and I was kind of wiped out, so I got a hotel room and took a night just to relax and watch basketball and just sleep and rest, and that was really good. Stopped and saw, I was trying to see a plantation outside of Charleston, but they didn't allow dogs, so what could I do with this one? They wouldn't even let her hang out in the car with the AC on, so we went to another wildlife reserve and walked around, and that was cool. So it was Sheldon Castle remains. That was a castle that was actually burned down twice by the North and rebuilt, and now it's a shell of itself. Put videos about that out there as well. In Charleston, after I got my rest, I went out and saw everything. Charleston is a beautiful area, very rich in history, but it's, man, down by the Battery, which is where they sold and bought slaves back when they would come into the U.S., very heavy feeling. Like you'd feel the history, you could feel the richness, but also just like kind of a sadness, you know. And I think a lot of that is probably, you know, the slavery trade that happened there and kind of the mark that'll leave on the energy. Sorry if I'm getting all hippie on you guys. It's just kind of how I'm wired. But yeah, it was kind of heavy, and also, I mean, there was a number of you know, first the British were trying to take it from the Americans, then the North was trying to take it from the South. So it was really cool and very, like I said, very fulfilling and fun to be there. But I didn't get to spend as much time as I probably wanted to there, but I had a great time. Got to know some cool folks. Kind of crazy. I ended up, I went out to a beach just because I was getting ready to leave the ocean. I wanted to make sure I got to see the ocean again before I went inland. And went to the beach, went to a bar, and met a guy. Well, first a couple bought me a couple beers, which was nice. They were from Philadelphia, Jim and Sherry. And then I met another gentleman that was like, hey, well, this bar owner at Dingy's, excuse me, he was just sitting here talking to me, saying they're doing this music every night of the week, so you should go talk to him. So I went over there, sat down. Unfortunately, that gentleman wasn't there, but I got his info and I sent him an email, and we've chit-chatted. Yeah, the guy who I sat down next to, he's a musician. His name is, oh damn it, I knew it earlier on the last one. Charles Cannon, I believe. Good old Chuck Cannon. Charles Cannon. Really nice guy, musician out of that area. Was super helpful. You know, we followed each other on Facebook and Insta, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe there's an opportunity to do something later if I come out that way. He said it could help me book if I came back out. It's just been a long travel, so I don't know when the next time I will be out this way will be. So, but yeah, all in all, great trip. Let's see what happened after that. Oh, then I'd heard that the downtown in Columbia was just hopping, really fun. So I went down to downtown Charleston. And it was cool. I went to one bar, and it was a rooftop bar, but it's kind of underwhelming, and I was just kind of tired anyway, so packed it up, went to bed, had a really shitty sleep because I've been sleeping in my van, and it was really muggy. I can't sleep when it's hot out, so pretty much was awake till like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then I finally, you know, bucked up and turned on the AC in the van and just left that going while I was sleeping. But the next morning I woke up and I got off my duff and I went and recorded a cover of Tyler Childers' White House Road out on the dock, and it went great. Posted it on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, so if you want to check that out, please do. I'm going to try and check in more often, do some more vlogs, and actually tell you guys what's going on, because I know you guys are just clamoring to hear what I'm doing. But thank you guys as always for all the support. All the messages and the follows and the comments mean the world to me. I know your lives are busy, and I appreciate you checking in and seeing how I'm doing. So thank you so much. Thanks for the support, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.